Hey, what's going on, my ASVAB party people? Anderson here, your ASVAB coach, and I want to thank you for watching this video. It's a free recording. That way you can raise your score, get the score you want, and the military job you deserve. All I ask is that you like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. That way we can keep putting out great content for you on a week-to-week basis. And if you like what you see in this class, feel free to check out the full website. That way you can get all of the resources that you need to pass. At the end of the day, it's about getting the score you want and the military job you deserve. So if you want to join the classes or use other great resources, those links are going to be in the video description below. Get to it, and let's ace the ASVAB. Let's get started. First things first, converting between Fahrenheit and Celsius. And thanks again, everybody, for going ahead and following along there. Sweet. But let's go ahead. Fahrenheit to Celsius and Celsius to Fahrenheit. We have these formulas right here. So here's Fahrenheit. If you have Celsius, just go ahead, 9/5 times whatever degree you have in Celsius, then you add 32 to it. And then if you do the backwards, if you literally go front to back instead of back to front, you get this formula. Now, everybody, drop the pencils for a second. I'm going to let you write everything down, don't worry, but just drop the pencils for a second. I want to make sure that you understand that this right here and this right there are the exact same thing. Notice how here you have 5 times this whole parentheses, then divide by 9. Over here, you have this whole thing, right? You can multiply by 5 and then divide by 9. It is the exact same thing. These are the exact same formulas. I just want to point that out. It just depends on which way you want to look at it. But again, they are the exact same thing. All right. Just want to make sure that's very clear. That way no one here is like, which one do I use? Either one. Either one. They're both the exact same thing. So I'm going to give you guys about 30 seconds here to go ahead and write that down. And that way you have this with you. And so remember, the point here is obviously we want to be able to use this and learn how to use it the right way. But we got to memorize this. This is something we have to memorize. And so make sure you write this down in your flashcards if you have it. If you're in the math boot camp, I'm going to be adding this into the math boot camp pretty soon in the flashcard set. And again, do your due diligence. Take ownership, take responsibility here, memorize these formulas. Because if you think that converting temperatures is hard, chances are you probably haven't memorized the formulas yet. So I'm looking at you, Nicole. Jokes. But yeah, like seriously, I hope you get what I'm saying. I can be hard on Nicole because I love her and she's been here for a while. Let me let iPhone in. I'm gonna give you guys just about 20 more seconds here. Yeah, so Nicole, these are essentially the same exact formula, same things. So instead of saying 5/9 times all that, you can do 5 times all that and then divide by 9. That's all that is. 5 times all that, then divide by 9. I do have jokes today. I mean, I am a joke, so. Judith was like, what? All right, cool. Hopefully I give you guys enough time there. If you haven't had enough time to write this down, go ahead, screenshot this and you're good. All right, screenshot this and you're good. So with that, let's go ahead and get started here. Let's start. We're going to do this warm up here and understand that for every problem, I'm going to go ahead and include the formula right there. So as a reminder, you guys know how the 5 steps to learning works. If you've seen that video before, if you haven't, I'll drop it at the end of class. But remember, first step is taking those notes. Second step, it's going to go ahead and, or actually, obviously, focusing on one topic at a time, which is what we're doing. Take your notes and practice with your notes until you know how to do it without them. And so continue to use your notes. It's okay. But then the moment that you realize, okay, I see the formula now, I know what it is, then dump it and keep moving forward. Let me go ahead and let Elijah and Dominique in. So let's get started here. So the question reads, convert 32 degrees Fahrenheit to degrees Celsius. Round to the nearest tenth if necessary. Okay, so let me go ahead and mark this out here. 1 and 2. All right, so everybody, what's your vote? Go ahead and use the chat box for me, please. Just use the chat box. Which do you think we should use? Formula 1 or Formula 2 to get this problem done? All right. So I'm seeing a lot of the answers here saying, okay, we want to use formula 1 here, where we have Fahrenheit equals 9/5C plus 32. Then I see a couple of people saying 2. And so if you're asking if it matters, it absolutely does. And I'm going to go ahead and prove that point in a moment. All right, cool. I'll wait. I'll let you change your answer if you'd like to. It's all good. Because the proper answer here, it's going to be both. You can use either one. But if you want the easiest time possible, if you want the easiest time possible, just take a look at what you're doing here. I have Fahrenheit, right? And I want to find Celsius. I want to find Celsius. Which one of these formulas, 1 or 2, already has Celsius by itself? Exactly. The second. It's the second. Are you guys starting to see that now? If I take a look, let me go ahead and watch this. I got 32 degrees Fahrenheit. I want to convert to Celsius. If I take a look at my formulas, notice if I use formula number 1, watch this, everybody. If I have Fahrenheit and I plug it in right there, is that going to give me a lot of work to do? Moving the 32 over, multiplying by the 5, dividing by the 9. Is that going to give me a lot of work? Yeah, that's going to be a lot of unnecessary work. And so that's how I want you to look at it. I want you to be like, okay, I have Fahrenheit. I want Celsius. Which one of these can I just go ahead and plug Fahrenheit into and solve? And that's going to be the second set of formulas. That's the second set. Yes or no? Are we starting to see that? Right on, Kaylee. That is Angela. Perfect. All right, cool. Right on. Again, the idea here is to pick the formula that, again, these are both the same formula. These are the same exact formula. They're just backwards of each other. That's it. It's like saying x plus 2 equals y. And you could say x equals y minus 2. Like you just go backwards. But I'm going to use this second formula here because I have Fahrenheit. I can just subtract 32 times 5, divide by 9, and I'm done. Let me show you. Watch this. So we have Celsius equals 5 multiplied by F minus 32, divide by 9. I'm going to go ahead and say that we have 32 degrees Fahrenheit. And so I'm going to plug that in right there. So what I'll do is I'm just going to go ahead and duplicate this and then replace the F with 32. That's all I've done so far, okay? All I've done so far is I took a look at what I've had and I said, hey, we're just going to go ahead and plug in that 32. Follow along with me, everybody. Everybody, 32 minus 32, what is that going to give me? You can use the mic if you'd like to.
0.
0.
0.
All right, 0. Cool. So let me go ahead and just rewrite it so that way we have more space here. So 5 times, now we have 0. All right, and 5 times 0 is?
0.
0.
0. 0 divided by 9 is?
0.
0.
So our answer is 0 degrees what?
Fahrenheit.
Celsius.
Celsius. We were looking for Celsius there. And so we have 0 degrees Celsius, and we are done. You plug it right in, and you're good. Now, let me show you, and Jay, before I answer your question, I'm going to go ahead and show you why it was correct, why it was more appropriate to use the second set of formulas. Let me show you what would happen if I were to use this first set of formulas. Watch this. So I'm going to go ahead and plug in right here. All right, I got 32 equals 9/5C plus 32. So when you look at this, is it clear to us that we got a lot of work to do here in terms of finding out what C is? Is it clear to everybody that we're going to have to find a way, subtract that 32? Then I got to deal with this fraction here. And I'm already looking at y'all like, yo, do we love dealing with fractions? Nope. So that's the idea here. You want to just take a quick look, take a quick assessment and be like, all right, which one is the right one to use and roll with it. That's the idea. And so J, what's up, girl? Make sure to turn on your mic if you still have a question.
Okay. So you at the top is F minus 32.
why wouldn't you distribute that once you put the 32 there in the parentheses? You got what I'm saying?
Yeah, good question. So when we're taking a look here, just following our order of operations, I can just go ahead and do 32 minus 32. There's no reason to distribute because you have something minus itself, and that's just going to be 0. And so with order of operations, take care of the parentheses first before you distribute. If there were variables there like 5, then you have like an x plus 5 or something like that. Yeah, you would be simplifying the expression and getting rid of the parentheses. But in this case, we're just trying to find the number at the end. And so let me just show you how annoying this would be if we did it by this way. And again, this is a convenient number. 32 is convenient here. It is very convenient because all we have to do here is subtract 32, cancels out, actually cancels out here as well. And you can take a look at this and say, okay, what do you multiply a number by to get 0? And then you can make the argument, yeah, that's going to be 0. But again, that was a really convenient number. What if it was an annoying number like 15 or 45 or 52? That would be very, very, very different, right? And so we're going to see more of this in future examples here. So that was just one example. I want to make sure that we can get some more examples here. So here we are. Convert 100 degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit. And we're going to round to the nearest tenth if we need to. But let's go ahead and continue warming up here. Let me go ahead and look through the chat box here. Yeah, Elijah, exactly. If you were to distribute, you would still get the same stuff. You would have gotten 160 minus 160, still would have canceled out. Yeah. And so with this question here, my first question to y'all is, which formula should we use? The first formula or the second set of formulas? Which one would y'all use? Which one? Okay, I see that chat box blowing up there. And let me go ahead and ask Angela Colina, the first one there. Why would you go ahead and use the first one? Could you go ahead and give us some insight there?
Hello?
Yep, we hear you.
Because the Fahrenheit is already by itself.
Exactly. Great option right there, right? Because we're looking for Fahrenheit, and the first set of formulas literally has Fahrenheit by itself, all we're going to have to do is plug in that number that we have for Celsius and have a good day. And that's it. And that is it. And so with that, what we're going to do is exactly that. So follow along, everybody. Watch this. The reason that we chose the first formula is because we're trying to get to Fahrenheit. This formula already gives Fahrenheit. It ends with Fahrenheit. So this one already gives it to you. That's the reason. Again, you want to choose the formula where the result is what you want. I'm converting to Fahrenheit. This one results in Fahrenheit. I'm using that one. And that's the idea there. And I know that as we continue practicing, more and more of us will see it. Even if we don't see it immediately, we will see it as we keep moving along. And so with that said, we're going to go ahead and plug things in. We're looking for Fahrenheit. And that's going to equal, copy the formula, 9/5 times Celsius plus 32. What do we have for Celsius, everybody? What? How many degrees?
100.
100.
Right. We got 100. And so with that, boom, we're going to go ahead and plug that in and have a good day. So here we go. F degrees equals 9/5 multiplied by that 100. And then we're going to add 32. And there we have it. And so with that said, everybody, I want to go ahead and show you how we should be treating this in terms of the fraction. So watch this. What we have here, if we have 100, everybody, is that the same thing as saying 100 divided by 1? Is that the same thing?
Yes.
Yeah, it's the same thing, right? You can look at it that way if you'd like to. That way you can, multiply, and then divide. But another way that I like to look at it is like this, guys. If you're multiplying, so hear me out here. If you're multiplying by 9/5, you're basically saying I'm multiplying by the 9 and I'm dividing by the 5. Everybody, yes or no? Does that make sense? Again, multiplying by 9/5 means you times the 9 and divide the 5, right? Cool. And so, did anybody here know that you can actually divide first and then multiply if you'd like to? You know that?
Hey, Anderson, can you actually elaborate on like multiplying the numerator and dividing the denominator?
I'll go both. I got you.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to show you this first way, and I got you with the second way here. So again, if you didn't know, when you're dealing with fractions and you're multiplying fractions, you can go ahead and multiply with the numerator, then divide whatever's on bottom. Or you can simplify first and divide the bottom, and then multiply what's on top. So let me show you what that looks like, and then I'll show you the formal way as well. So here we go. Let me do this in purple here. Everybody, what is 100 divided by 5?
50.
20.
20. That is correct. And so what this would be, I'm going to split this up into two different things here. I'm going to show you guys exactly how this works. F degrees equals, and then that'll end up being 20. And that 9 is still there. Plus 32. And so everybody, 9 times 20, what is that?
180.
Nice. And then what's 180 plus 32, gang?
Two
12.
Right on, right on. Yep. And that's going to give us 212. So I'm going to do it the other way now too. I'm going to do it the other way now as well, because I obviously want to make sure that everybody feels comfortable here. And then right after that, Elijah, I'm going to answer your question. Okay. So with that, follow along here with the second way. So this is one way to do it. Here's another way to do it. Let me do this one I'm just going to do this one in brown. And so the other way that we can look at it is like this: 9/5 or 9/5 times 100 over 1 plus 32. So all I did right here, everybody, was just, hey, look, 100, that's the same thing as saying 100 divided by 1. That's all we're saying. That's all we're saying. 100 is the same thing as 100 divided by 1. And so when we're multiplying fractions, the rule is multiply the numerators, multiply the denominators, and then simplify if you can. So follow along, everybody. What is 9 times 100? Quick.
900.
900.
Right, 900. That's super straightforward there. And then 5 times 1, what's that going to be?
5.
Right, correct. And then we still have that plus 32 right there, right? Still got that there. And so do we know what 900 divided by 5 is off the top of our heads?
180.
And that's why I said, go ahead and simplify first, divide first. That's exactly why I said it. I'm pretty sure nobody here knew what 900 divided by 5 was in less than a second. But we do know what 100 divided by 5 is, right? And so that's what I'm saying here. You want to simplify first before you multiply to deal with smaller numbers. That's all I was trying to say. And so hopefully that kind of sort of maybe makes sense with somebody there. But watch this. If we do 5 into 900, we get 1, 8, 0. And so we got 180. And does that look familiar to anybody? I hope it does, because we're right there, back at it. And then 180 plus 32. What does that give us, everybody?
212.
212.
That's right. And we'll get right back to that 212. And so hopefully, even if we didn't know before that you can actually simplify before multiplying, I hope that you can at least appreciate the simplicity that kind of gives you, right? It kind of gives you an easier way when you're looking at 100 divided by 5, then times 9, as opposed to doing 900 divided by 5. Are you guys following along with that? Do you see the sentiment there?
Yes.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes, sir.
Because the idea here is, again, to make
Anderson,
it
can you
easy.
actually elaborate on that, please?
In terms of?
How I just didn't understand how you said instead of doing 900 divided by 5, like you can simplify it first.
Yeah. So over here, right here. So you have 9/5 times 100. And so with that, instead of multiplying by 9 first, you're perfectly allowed to divide by the denominator first. So if you do 100 divided by 5, you end up getting 20. And so you still have to multiply by that 9, and that's why it's right there. And so then after that, 9 times 20, I think is a lot easier than 900 divided by 5. You see what I'm saying there?
Gotcha. Okay, thank you.
Cool. No worries. I'm glad I could clear that up. So Booyah and Elijah, I saw you lowered your hand. So are you good there too? Did I answer your question?
Yeah, because I was gonna ask, couldn't you do 100 plus 32? But then I did it, and I don't think it actually would work. So
No,
the
it wouldn't
first
work.
way you, yeah. So I was like, yeah, you answered my question, but thank you.
Cool. Yeah, no worries, man. And the reason that you couldn't add the 32 is because you're looking at the order of operations. You have to multiply and divide before adding and subtracting. All right, cool. So with that, guys, look, we end up at the 212 either way. And so it's 212 degrees what?
Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit. Remember, we were looking for degrees Fahrenheit from 100 degrees Celsius. That's why we use this one. And that's why we use that one right there. And so at the end of the day, guys, look, this topic is not so much about word problems. This topic is actually understanding the formulas. And then from there, actually plugging in the numbers where they go. That's it. Knowing which formula to use because they're both the same thing. I can make a video later on. I'm not going to do it now. I can make a video showing you why both of these are the exact same thing. And then after that, it's about understanding, okay, am I looking for Fahrenheit? Am I looking for Celsius? All right, if I'm looking for Celsius, use the formula that has Celsius first. If you're looking for Fahrenheit, use the formula that has Fahrenheit first. That's it. That's it. And then the arithmetic behind it, the algebra behind it, got to practice. We just got to practice. So with that said, again, here's the formula. Here are the formulas again. If I'm looking for Fahrenheit, use Fahrenheit. If I'm looking for Celsius, use Celsius. That's it. We're going to practice now. We got 1 minute, 30 seconds per question. I know that you know that ASVAB time is 1 minute. We're going to go ahead and give ourselves that extra 30 seconds to really check our work, to feel like we have that extra time. But remember, the first step is pick the right formula. Step 2, do the math. That's it. That's it. If you feel like you're a little slow, we got practice. We got to practice. So with that said, 3, 2, oh, 1 second here. Crystal here, you cross multiplied 105, but it's a division problem. So I did not cross multiply. I divided. I did 100 divided by 5, Crystal. I just simplified first before multiplying the numerator. And so if you want me to provide you with a video on that, I got you. I will absolutely provide you with a video on that. Do it the way that you know how right now. And then I'll go ahead and provide those videos for you. That way we can see if we can speed up the process there. I got you. And so, Enda J, quick question before we go. Hurry up. Oh, okay.
No.
Never mind. Oh, unless you want to go now.
Never mind.
All right, let's go. 3, 2, 1, go. Pick the right formula and then attack. Oh yeah, remember, type ready when you're ready. Do not reveal your answer. We got about 25 seconds left here. We got this game. Do what you can. Do what you can. I got you. All right, looking at our final 4, 3, 2, and 1. Answers. What do we got, gang? Okay, we got a lot of B's in there. Okay. Either we're all right or we're all wrong. Okay. We got a lot of B's in there. Completely stuck there. No worries. We're going to go through it step by step here. I got you. All right. So let's check it out here. So it says convert 10 degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit. Round to the nearest tenth if necessary. So the first step here is going to be, what is the goal of the problem, right? Every single word problem that I've ever shown you in my entire life, the goal, the first step is identify the question. So everybody, what is the goal of the question? Are we trying to find Fahrenheit, Celsius? Which one are we trying to find?
Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit.
All right, we are trying to find Fahrenheit. And so what did I tell you? Pick the formula that starts with what you're trying to find, right? So write this down if you need that. Let's go ahead and write it out here. I got you. We're going to slow it down a little bit. I got you. So pick the formula.
Sorry, I'll be right back.
Pick the formula that basically starts with what you're trying to find or has what you're trying to find already by itself. All right, so write that down, gang. Again, your first step here when it comes to temperature conversion problems is first pick the formula that has what you're looking for by itself. And so because we are looking for Fahrenheit, everybody, which formula is the right one to use? 1 or 2?
1.
1.
1.
1.
Absolutely. 1. Absolutely. Great job, guys. That's right. It's going to be number 1. It's going to be this one right here. Again, it's because the Fahrenheit is already by itself. Because, again, the reason that this makes it easy is because since you have the Celsius right here, let me use a different color. Because you have 10 degrees Celsius already given to you, you're going to plug it in right there, do the math, and call it a day. If we were to use the second formula, it would be a lot harder because you would plug in the Celsius, but then you're looking for F. And that's going to be a lot to unpack, right? That's going to be a lot to unpack. You'll get the same answer, but in like 5 extra steps. And so with that, because we're going to pick the formula that we're looking for, the formula that has what we're looking for by itself, that's going to be number 1. And so let's repeat that formula, plug it in, and have a good day. 9/5C plus 32. All right, everybody, what number are we plugging in for C, for Celsius?
10.
10.
10.
10, right on. So we're going to go ahead and take that C right there, and we're going to replace it with 10. And so if I'm going to give you the opportunity, Anthony, really quick. What's your question, boss? I got you.
All right. So I tried to do the other way. I tried to do the first step that you did with the last question. I tried to do that, and then it kind of like messed me up a little bit and maybe take a little bit longer.
Sure. Hey, I got you, man. Let me go ahead and just walk you through this one here and see the similarities and see if we can pull something from there. So with that, I'm plugging in that 10. Everybody, let me ask you real quick. If you don't see an operation between this fraction and this 10, what operation is that?
Multiplying.
Great. Absolutely. It's going to be multiplying at first. And so with that said, again, remember, you can treat this like 9 times 10, then all of that divided by 5. Or you can do the 10, divide the 5 first, and then multiply by the 9. The reason that this works is for the simple fact that, let me go ahead and show you this way. When you do 9 times 10, everybody, that's going to look like this, right? 9 times 10, all divided by 5. Yes or no? Is that what it's going to look like?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, cool.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. I'm going to set you guys up for the dirtiest thing I'm going to do right now. So true or false? Is 9 times 10 the same thing as 10 times 9?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
All right, cool. I'm making sense here. I'm making sense. I didn't make a full dollar yet, but I am making some sense here. So with that, watch this. If I just switch it up and write 10 times 9/5, are y'all comfortable now by simplifying this first?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Because 10 divided by 5 is what, everybody?
2.
2. 10 divided by 5 is 2. And what's 2 times 9?
18.
18.
And that makes it a lot easier, doesn't it? Is that a lot easier than 90 divided by 5?
Not
Yeah.
really.
Yes.
I would hope, right? 2 times 9 is a lot easier than 90 divided by 5. You get the same answer. You get 18. You get the same answer, but think about which one is easier to actually go through. So, Anthony, does that help you see it even a little better there?
Yes, it does a little bit.
Cool. And it just takes practice to continue reinforcing that idea. So remember, it's not a one-stop shop. It's not like, oh, I saw it, I'm blessed now. No, it's you have to actually go ahead and practice it a little bit to really understand how it works. Yeah, commutative property of multiplication there. Yep. And so with that, again, even if you don't see it that way, do it the regular way. Go 9 times 10, 90, then divide by 5, and you still get your 18. Does it take a little more? Yeah, but if you understand it, you understand it. And that's what I want at the end of the day. So I want you to see it in the way that you understand it best. But long story short here, let's finish this off. Fahrenheit equals, we did all that mumbo jumbo, and that ended up being 18. We still got to bring that plus 32 all the way down. Everyone, what is 18 plus 32?
50.
Wow.
50.
Yeah, 50 or 50, depending on where you're from. It's 50, right? So cool. There we have it. 50 degrees what?
Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit.
50 degrees Fahrenheit. F, or the degrees Fahrenheit that we wanted, is 50 degrees. And that's why our answer here is B. It is B. So far, everybody, on a scale of 1 to 10, do you understand that all temperature conversion problems is 1, knowing which formula to pick, and then 2, performing the arithmetic that you need to? Do we see that on a scale of 1 to 10? How well do we see that? A 5 would be maybe I see the formula thing, but not the math part. Like maybe the math part is just like, oh, hell no. Hey, right on. I like the improvements there. Yeah, here. So here's the thing, Des. The ASVAB, in some instances, they will give you the formula. But what if it's a problem where they're like, yo, go from Celsius to Fahrenheit, but they give you this formula where Celsius is first? That's going to take you a while, right? But if you knew that this formula also works, boom, you went from taking a minute and a half to taking maybe 20 seconds if you have your arithmetic skills down. Exactly, Angelina. Now that you've memorized the formula, it makes it that much easier. The very first step is memorizing the formula and then setting it up as your problem. Now that you know the arithmetic, boom, Crystal. So remember, right here, pick the formula that has what you're looking for already by itself. If I'm looking for Fahrenheit, I'm using this one. If I'm looking for Celsius, I'm using this one all day. And the J, final comment here, and then we're going to go on to the next question here.
I didn't mean to put my hand up. I'm sorry.
Hey, you good, girl. You know I'm always ready to help you out. All right, so with that, 3, 2, 1. Let's try this next one out. Let's go, my party people. We got this. We have 30 seconds remaining. 30 seconds remaining. Hey, see, Crystal? It's all about that incremental bit of progress, right? It's all about that little bit of progress. I'm happy for you. All right, we got about 7 seconds left here. And so, Angela, if you're still confused, I got you. We're going to go over this one again with the same principles here and see if we can, again, just little bit by little bit, make a little more sense out of it. 3, 2, 1, answers. Let's go. I think someone used all caps there. What would you say? The answer is D. I love the excitement, man. I love it. Right on. And Anthony, are you good to lower your hand or do you have another question? I got you.
Yeah, I'm good to lower my hand.
Okay, cool. No worries. All right, sweet, man. So with that, let's go ahead and check this out. Roxanne, still confused? I got you. Let's see if we can go ahead and slow it down for ourselves and, kind of just look at it in a way that we can at least talk about it first and then do the math with it second. So with that, oops, someone's calling me. 1 second. Gotta go ahead and close that off. I feel bad, but in the middle of class. So with that, first of all, everybody, again, first step in every problem is identifying the goal. What are we trying to find here? Go.
The Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit. I think someone's infant in the background said Fahrenheit too. Right. Fahrenheit. I don't know whose baby that was, but I love you. So with that, again, we are looking for Fahrenheit. Should we use Formula 1 or Formula 2?
One.
Exactly. It gives us Fahrenheit in the end. We have to plug in Celsius and we'll end up with Fahrenheit. It's not like here, if we do this one, oh no. If we plug in the Celsius here, we got to do a lot of work to get rid of the 9, to get rid of the 5, to get rid of that minus 30. We don't want all that work. Right? We're well more adapted to work forward than backwards, right? So let's find the forward way where we plug in Celsius times 9, divide 5 at 32, and we are done. That's how we want to get it done. And so if you want a little trick to memorizing the formulas, this is my suggestion. I think of Fahrenheit as forward. And when I think of forward, I always think of I'm adding the 32, not subtracting. The 9 is first or forward, right? The 9 is on top and the 5 is on bottom because it's a smaller number. If you want a way to remember it that way, again, up to you. Figure out all your little tricks and mnemonic devices to remember. But my little thing is Fahrenheit is forward. And so I do the 9 on top over 5C forward plus 32. That's how I like to think about it. But nonetheless, though, we're using that first formula. Let me write it out here. Fahrenheit equals 9 over 5 times the Celsius plus 32 because we're going forward. We're going to go ahead and plug in what for C, everybody?
50.
That's right. We're going to plug in that 50. And so with that, booyah, we're going to go ahead and take that 50 degrees Celsius, plug that right in. And again, now it's just arithmetic. And so that's going to be 50 right there. And we have the 9 over 5 plus 32. And so I want to focus on this again, because this is where I see a lot of us are having a little bit of trouble with. And it's understandable, right? Absolutely understandable. But let me make sure that we at least have some grounding here to work with. So if you want to do it the simplest way possible, like if you don't understand all these tricks and stuff and want to get away from that crap, I got you. I understand. It's always a little more complicated when you don't have that grounding. And so all you got to do here is take the 9 multiplied by 50. That gives you 450. And then you can divide by the 5 here, and then you're good. You can do it that way if you'd like to. In this situation, not 450 divided by 5, that's going to be 90. And so again, that is pretty convenient. That's a little easier to see. And again, the other way that you could have done it, I'm going to do this one in blue, is you could have just said, hey, look, I'm going to do the 50 divide by 5 first. That's 10. And so that'll be 9 times 10. Do you guys notice how they're going to give you the exact same thing if you do either one? 90 here, and that's going to be 90. Do you guys see how it's going to give you the exact same thing?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's all I want to show you there. And again, yeah, if you're making the argument that division is easier, it is. Because when you divide first, you're dealing with smaller numbers. And then you multiply whatever you have. But if you multiply first, it's not always going to be pretty. Like we got lucky here with 450 divided by 5. But what if that was 465 divided by 5? We wouldn't be able to see that instantly, right? And so the idea is deal with smaller numbers, simplify first or divide first, and then multiply. So it's 50 divided by 5, Angela. Yeah, we do the 50 divide by 5. For the same reason that we would do 9 times 50, then divide by 5. You can just do 50 divided by 5, then times 9. And so I'll make my videos. I'll make some videos on this one. I got you. I see that we're having some struggles here. I got you. I got you. What's up, Danielle? And so with that, booyah, again, we still get 90 either way. And so we can go ahead and go back to the formula. F degrees Fahrenheit, again, equals 90 plus 32. 90 plus 32. Everybody, what is that going to give us?
122.
122 degrees.
Here, right there. Who's feeling pretty good? Hey, right on, right on. Who else? Who else? I love seeing this. I love seeing this. So Dacia, what's up, girl? What's your question?
It's not really a question. It's just that, like, with the first one, or you explain it, like you said, you could switch around the numbers because I didn't understand it. I came in late, and you said you could switch around the numbers. Like with the first one was 9/5 times a 10, and you switch a 10 to divide, cross multiply, you know, to make it easier.
Yeah. So let me be very careful about that. So sorry to cut you off. My bad. But yeah, you are not cross multiplying. That is not what's happening. Cross multiplying is what happens when you're doing this. Something like, x over 10 equals 5 over 15, something like that. That's cross multiplying.
I mean, you reduce it.
Exactly. I'm reducing first, then multiplying. Yeah. Nailed that.
So that's what I did with it to get, like, I could do the big addition, but I don't really do much like that. I did that with the second one, and that's how I got it, like that. Yeah.
And again, it's up to you to use the strategy that you feel most comfortable with. Not everybody sees the whole, I can reduce first. Not everybody sees that, and that's okay. Because as long as you get to the right answer in a way, that's a good place to start. And then we can build from there. So that's why I'm not trying to sit here and confuse anybody. I just want you to see it in the way that you understand it. And then we can add some tricks and stuff later on. I was hoping that this wasn't going to feel like a trick to you. I was hoping that this would make a lot more sense than it did in terms of, reducing first. But that was my mistake. I misjudged. And that's where we're coming ahead and saying, hey, look, either method works. But if you see it, use it. Take advantage of it.
Okay. Thank you.
Hey, no worries. I got you. So it's 6:52. I think we can do 2 more if we go back to back. Are you guys down?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's get 2 more in. If we go a little past 7 o'clock, my apologies, but let's go ahead and get 2 more here. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Remember, don't share your answers. Go ahead and just type ready when you're ready. Oh, we're dealing with a negative number. Let's see how we handle it. Go. We got 30 seconds left. I see some people excited to share their answers here. Okay, I see you. Hey, Des, first up, which formula do you think it's going to be? 1 or 2? Type that out for me. Which formula do you think you should use? Yeah, the second one for sure. And then you plug in and you see what you get. So 3, 2, 1, answers. Let's go. Let's see what we got. Des, take a guess, man. Take a guess. Put a guess in. Again, you're allowed to take a guess on the ASVAB, man. Let's get it. Come on. I'm whipping the shape, boy. Let's go. All right, take that guess, man. Let's go. Don't look at people's answers, man. Just put in the guess. Let's go. Here we go. All right. Convert -4 degrees Fahrenheit to degrees Celsius. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna identify what we're looking for first, right? Step one, what do we want? What do we want? Since we want,
Celsius.
exactly, since we want Celsius, I'm gonna use the formula that starts off with Celsius. And again, you can use either one of these. Either one will work. I'm gonna use this one because honestly, it's a little simpler for me to use, but boom. So I have that. And so I'm gonna say, hey, look, C equals, and then you just write the fraction out, just repeat it. 5 multiplied by the Fahrenheit minus 32, divide all of that by 9. So let's just go ahead and take it one step at a time here. I have this going on, and what I'm gonna do now is plug in my degrees Fahrenheit right here. Everybody, what do I have for degrees Fahrenheit?
-4.
That's correct. We've got -4 right here. So what we're going to do now, we're going to go ahead and plug that in, and then plug and chug, get our answer here. So with that, let's go ahead. C equals 5, 9 parentheses minus 32. Let me plug in that -4. So everybody think about it like this. If I'm already at -4, so if I owe somebody $4 and then I borrow $32 more, where am I going to be?
-36.
That's correct. That's going to be -36. Because if I borrowed $4, then I borrow $32 more, I owe $36 now, right? I don't have 36. I owe 36 now. I owe 36, and that's -36. So essentially here, if anybody's confused with negatives, watch my video in the group tutoring class on dealing with negative numbers, shout out. But if you're thinking about it, you're saying, hey, look, if I'm already backwards 4 or -4, and I take away 32, I am now -36. I took away a total of 36. That's how you can think about it if you'd like to kind of, see it in a different way. So we have C equals 5 multiplied by -36 all over 9. And so this is one of those situations where you can go ahead and be like, all right, I can go ahead and multiply by the 5 and then divide by the 9. But who here reduced first? Who here divided by the 9 first? There you go. I see y'all. Right on. So I'm going to do it both ways to show you here. I'm going to do it both ways. I got you. So again, the first way, if you went ahead and just multiplied, the first way, if you just multiplied here, you would have gotten -180, correct?
Yes.
And then now we would go ahead and divide that by 9. And so what's -180 divided by 9, everybody?
-20.
-20.
Right. -20 degrees what?
Celsius.
Celsius.
Correct. Now let me show you the other way here. What if I went ahead and actually reduced first? What if I reduced first? Well, what we would have here is 36 divided by 9. What is that, everybody?
-4.
-4.
-4. 5 times -4. What's 5 times -4, everybody?
-20.
-20.
Do we get the same exact answer?
Yes.
Yep. We get the same exact answer. We get the same exact answer. And therefore, we have the answer of -20, which is going to be C. So shout out. Who got it? What's up, Felicia? That's right. Right on, gang. And so for those of us that were feeling like I was going too fast at first, I do apologize because obviously I want to make sure I'm accommodating everybody. But hopefully we were able to see it. Again, the whole plug and chug methodology there. All right. I hope we were able to see that. Yeah, exactly, John. Yeah. You're essentially saving time. Exactly. And so as promised, let's go ahead and do one more, and then we're going to call it a day here. Let's go ahead. Let's get ready for this last one. Let's go ahead and finish this off the right way.
Wait, Anderson, I have a quick question before we move on.
I got you. 1 second. Let me go ahead and give me a second, and I'll go ahead and answer that. So remember, guys, 2 steps here. First step. All right. What am I looking for? If it's Celsius, go with the formula that starts with Celsius by itself. If you're looking for Fahrenheit, pick the formula with Fahrenheit by itself. And then the second step is plug in what you got into the formula and then go through the math. So here's the thing. If you got step one, but the arithmetic is really what's messing you up, that is something that we can practice. We can train for that. Remember that. We can train for that. We can practice it, and it's going to be okay. All you need to do is put in the time. Even if it's not right now, again, we can put in the time. So again, 2 steps, pick the formula, do the math, and that's it. So Ryan, what's up, boss?
Yeah, my question was the negative 36. So you did because you have a negative, right? You're subtracting. So when you take away the -4 instead of adding, or how does that work?
Yeah, so Ryan, I'm going to go ahead and give you that video in the group tutoring pass after this. I got you. But essentially, long story short here, if I'm already taking away 4, so if I'm already at -4, and then I take away 32 more, I've taken away a total of 36.
Oh, okay. Let's see it now.
It's kind of like saying 4 plus 32. If I already have 4, and then I get 32 more, I now have a total of 36. It's just the backwards. Instead of saying I have this and I have more, it's I took away this and I took away more. You see the idea there?
Yeah, I get it now. I was like, okay, now I get it.
Yeah, no worries. I got you. And Aguilar, either one works. Either one works. It makes more sense to go ahead and use this first one just to line it up for yourself and do the order of operations. I'll take this last question here, and I'm moving forward. Oh, who was that?
I have a quick question. That video, is it on YouTube by any chance? Because I have like a hard time with the negatives.
It's on the group tutoring pass, and I'll explain how to get that if you would like to explore that option.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Last one here, gang. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Coach, you didn't see my hand up.
Oh, you had your hand up again? Go ahead and type the question. I'll address it right after. I got you. $30 seconds left here. 30 seconds left. What's up, Prescott? Three, 2, 1. Let's go. And if you don't have an answer right now, it's all good. Because again, I got you on a timer, but while you practice, you shouldn't be on one. But obviously, because we're in class, we got to move forward in a certain time path. So keep working on it. If you are still working on it, type out a guess real quick, but keep working on it. I see you. And then let's go ahead and go through it. And if I get to a point that you got stuck at, again, kind of pay attention there and see where it is that we're good here. Okay. And so, End of J, is this a quick question? Because again, we're over time right now. I got to make sure I finish up here, but I got you if it's a quick one. I got you.
I'll just email it to you. I don't want to waste no time.
Yeah, go ahead. I got you. I'll work with you a little more here. I got you. Because you're already in the group tutoring class. I'll help you out all day. So with that, guys, here we go. We're trying to convert 47 degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit, round to the nearest tenth if necessary. Everybody, Formula 1 or Formula 2? Which one?
One.
Formula 1, because we are looking for Fahrenheit. And again, my rule was pick the formula that has what you want already by itself, because all you got to do from there is plug into what you have and then just do the math, right? And then just do the math. And so here we go. Let's repeat that formula here. Again, F for forward equals 9/5, because the 9 is forward first. C plus going forward 32. That's just how I memorize it. That's just me. But again, you want to find 2 different ways for both. And so boom, there we are. We're looking for F. We are given that C. What was that C again, everybody?
47.
47.
47 right there. That was 47. And so what we're going to do here is plug in that 47. So we have F equals 9 over 5 multiplied by 47 plus 32. So my party people here, is there an easy way to get around this one? Or do we have to just go ahead and suck it up and get through it?
Yeah. Suck it up and get through it.
Yep, we got to suck this one up, right? We got to actually do the math here. We actually have to go ahead and put our pencil to paper and actually get this done. And I know a lot of y'all don't like this. I know a lot of y'all got some nice hands without any calluses or anything. But we got to put in some work, man. Let's go. So we're going to take care of this nice and easy here. And we're just going to go ahead and say, yo, let's just start off. If you want to, you can do the 9 times the 47, then divide by 5. If you wanted to, if you knew your mental math with decimals, you would see that this is 9.4, but I don't expect y'all to see that. I do not. But here we go. Everybody, 47 times 9. Let's get that done. 9 times 7, that's going to give us 63. 4 times 9, that's going to go ahead and give us 36. Bring the extra 6 down, that's 42. So right now, we have 423 divide by 5, still adding the 32. So again, that first step was multiplying the 9 with the 47. We got 423. Then what we're going to do is divide by that 5, correct? Cool. So we're going to divide by that 5. 5 going into 423. 5 going into 42. That's going to be 8 minus 40, because 5 times 8 is 40. Then we have 2. Bring the 3 down. 5 into 23 is 4. Subtract the 20, because 5 times 4 is 20. We have 3 left over. We have a decimal now. Bring that 0 down. 5 goes into 30 6 times. And so that's a clean 6. And so we have 84.6. And we're going to be adding that 32. And so then from here, this is actually now somewhat manageable. And so we have 84.6 plus 32. If you want to see it like this to make it a little easier on yourself, sure, whatever works best. And so you have 6. 4 plus 2 is 6. 8 plus 3 is 11. And you get 116.6 degrees Fahrenheit. If you got it right, give yourself that yurt. Someone already had it up. Right on, right on. So Des, is that a good oh my? I hope that is.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, there we go, man. There we go. That's what's up. And so I see here. Yeah, so Roxanne, if you wanted to divide first, again, if you would have divided by 5 first, you would have gotten, so the other way, you would have gotten, let me use a different color here. Let me use orange. If you would have divided first, it would have been 9 multiplied by 9.4. And so if that's what you would have had, and then you would have multiplied, you still would have gotten, you absolutely still would have gotten the 84.6. You still would have gotten it. Again, you could have done it either way. And so I'm going to let you guys take a screenshot of practice number 5 here. I'm going to let you take a screenshot of it. That way we can go ahead and work on it on our own if you'd like to. But then after that, if you are not in the group tutoring pass, I'm going to show you how you can get it, guys. So go ahead, take a screenshot here if you'd like to. Hey, Panesa, it's all good. If you had time to do it twice, that's awesome. That means you're good. All right, so Emily saw your mistake there. Good. And now you got it, Leon. Hey, there we go. I'm glad. I am glad. So go ahead, take a screenshot there. Take a screenshot. I got you.
See you later, Coach. I got to go.
I got you. Hey, Anderson here, your ASVAB coach. If you like what you saw in this video, make sure to give us a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. That way we can keep putting out great content for you. Also, if you want to join my group tutoring classes or raise your score with other courses like my bootcamp courses for math and word knowledge, hey, do your thing. The links are in this video, so that way you can raise your score and get the military job you deserve. And so with that said, again, I'm Anderson, your ASVAB coach. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll see you in the next video.